three people who were arrested in connection with the theft at President Cyril Ramaphosa's Phala Phala Wildlife Reserve in Limpopo are back in the Bela-Bela Magistrate's Court. The Bela-Bela Court is set to hand down judgment on the application of two of the three suspects who are facing several charges in connection with the theft that took place in February 2020. Let's now take you live to those proceedings.
He is in possession of a valid passport and has, subsequent to his arrest, handed same in to the South African Police Services. His residential address has been verified by the South African Police Services, and he has been cooperative during the course of the investigation and his arrest. Accused number 3 has no previous convictions or pending cases. The court will now deal with the state's position regarding bail. The state submitted 2 affidavits deposed to by the investigating officer, one Mr. Ludi Rolf Schnell, who stated the following. The residential addresses of both accused number 2 and accused number 3 have been verified. The state has a strong case against both accused number 2 and accused number 3. Both accused number 2 and accused number 3 did not resist arrest and did not interfere with the investigation, nor tamper or alter any evidence. That the state has no objection to the granting of bail, however, that strict conditions should be attached to their release on bail. The state proved no previous convictions or pending cases in respect of both accused number 2 and accused number 3. The court will now discuss the application of the applicable law. Section 60, subsection 4 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977 sets out the principles that govern specific stipulations when considering granting bail. However, the essence of these principles and considerations underlying bail is simply that an accused should not remain in custody without good reason. The interests of justice are still in favor of protecting the freedom of the accused rather than depriving him or her of that freedom. In terms of Section 60(11) capital B of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977, the accused and his or her legal representative are, at the bail application, obliged to disclose to the court previous convictions. In appropriate cases, such as this one, it is also in order to consider previous convictions as a factor which illuminates the probability of flight. Following from this, the question arises whether the chance that the accused again will commit a crime before the trial is sufficient cause for refusal of bail. The court now looks at the attitude of the state, wherein the state's attitude regarding bail carries great weight. Inasmuch as Section 60 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977 allows the court a considerable, extended, proactive role in deciding on whether bail should be granted, the court will set store by the prosecutor's attitude. In this matter, the state is not opposed to both accused number 2 and accused number 3 being released on bail. The court hereby finds that there appears to be an equilibrium between the interests of the accused and those of justice, and therefore it is in the interest of justice that accused number 2 and accused number 3 be released on bail with the following conditions. In respect of accused number 2, bail is fixed at an amount of 5,000 rand. This amount may be paid at the clerk of the court, Bela-Bela, or at any prison facility or police station, and will be refunded to accused number 2 in full at the conclusion of the case, provided that the undermentioned conditions are strictly complied with by accused number 2. The conditions are as follows. She must appear in criminal court at Bela-Bela Magistrate's Court at 8:30 on the assigned court date and at all such times until or places to which the case may thereafter be remanded until the conclusion of the case. She must refrain from any communication with witnesses for the prosecution. Her passport shall remain in the custody of the investigating officer until the matter has been finalized. She shall not leave the jurisdiction of Bela-Bela, and if she has to do so, she has to inform the investigating officer and or the South African Police Services. In respect of accused number 3, bail is fixed at an amount of 10,000 rand. This amount may be paid in at the clerk of court, Bela-Bela, or at any prison facility or police station, and will be refunded to accused number 3 in full at the conclusion of the case, provided that the undermentioned conditions are strictly complied with by accused number 3. The conditions are as follows. He must appear in the criminal court at Bela-Bela Magistrate's Court at 8:30 on the assigned court date, and at all such times until, or places to which the case may thereafter be remanded until the conclusion of the case. He must refrain from any communication with the witnesses for the prosecution. His passport shall remain in custody of the investigating officer until the matter has been finalized. He shall not leave the jurisdiction of Mthatha, Eastern Cape, and if he has to do so, he shall inform the investigating officer and or the South African Police Services. Both accused number 2 and 3 are hereby warned that if, after their release on bail, they fail to appear at the place and on the date and at the time appointed for their trial or to which proceedings are adjourned, or fail to remain in attendance at such trial or at such proceedings, or fail to comply with other conditions imposed, if any, by this court, the court shall declare the bail provisionally cancelled and the money provisionally forfeited to the state and issue a warrant of arrest. The accused are further warned that it is also punishable by law for failing to appear for non-compliance with the stipulated bail conditions. A copy will be handed to the interpreter so that he may interpret.
Floriana David, otoka uchawa omango kujibaji. Yapa hata hapo kutashika mtamangira na tulole mloma nguluba nokuja onye ma Osaka professional mangula change shibatu mafiku numero tete lo January January mwezi 2020 wali maete utakumuni wakati monima mo falama mwani professional mafiko ya hetatu wala February ndio mafiko ya moi February mo 2020 kwa ndio mafiko ya longo 2020 and then mangoti vali mambo mafiko ya hamano November 2023 and then mangoti tatu mambo mafiko ya moi November 2023 and mangoti vali ondaleli o South Africa kuna schedule milongo natu inahombola kaya ene kunoka na kashona kana kashoke nacho mwezi mlongo mbali and then RG mo koni makosteni ambayo chamtu C15 no D28 ili kofenge kari mostokula sha Limpopo Bela-Bela de oni mama mweti bali ayi ya longo kaya bata okunasha passport ina tabo tailongo mara.
Well, there you have 3 of the accused in the theft that took place in February 2020 at President Cyril Ramaphosa's Phala Phala farm, being granted bail, 2 of them at least being granted bail. That is Joseph, that is Floriana and Ndilinasho Joseph, who are siblings. Floriana have been granted 5,000 rand bail, and then Ndilinasho has been granted 10,000 rand bail. And of course, the other accused is Imanuwela David. We're still waiting for his bail application. And as you heard there, the magistrate saying that it is within the interest of justice that they be released on bail. So the bail has been granted.